What's up, guys? It's Brendan Borman, and we are live coming to you from the 270 Video Studios. Chase Moss, the code is coming. Message Tyler Demoura. He has the code. I am gonna play in this one, guys. I am Jeb Bush. We'll get into that. We've got Tyler Demoura is playing as George W. Bush. We do have George H.W. Bush, who's being played by Chase Moss. We also have two other players who are joining as Democrats. We have James Bandolin, who is a very good multiplayer. He's playing as Bill Clinton. And then we have a Hillary Clinton. And I've got an echo on my mic, so I'm going to turn my headphones down here. So I'll pay attention to the comments, make sure I'm getting everybody here. So Ricardo, not this game. We might play a second game after this is over. And if Caleb or Ricardo want to play, then that might be something we can do. This is going to be hard because I know it's going to be tempting for some of these players to watch the stream and know my moves. Okay, I'll message you the code here. 1 second. The Facebook group is the 270 Lounge. All right, what are you doing, Chase Moss? Got Joe Biden in the chat. Okay, well, that's all right. Just play it out. All right, so as soon as we get this game full, looks like we're missing a player here. All right, there's Bill. All right, so we're going to start this over. It looks like we already got two players who've accidentally forfeited because of the Joe Biden scandalous. So let's go ahead and forfeit. It's very unfortunate. We'll get another game going. I will shoot the code out. Lumbering Clogs 6. Okay. We will get this straightened out, and we will get a move on it here. Got 4 open spots. Now we've got a Tulsi Gabbard. Okay, we got 3 bushes and a Tulsi. Got 1 more spot. People can't follow instructions, but that's okay. So we've got a Hillary Clinton. So it looks like James Bandolin might be left on the outside. So good luck to everybody here. So in a 5-player match, we have George H.W. Bush, who does have a typical Republican oil and gas, agriculture, Old South, some small, big conservative evangelical gun lobby. Probably not worth it to go national groups. George W. Bush, very well balanced candidate. I like the fact he does not have a negative in the African American. He also doesn't have a negative for really anything, just labor and environment, which you're not going to go into. So a very plus candidate, George W. Bush. Of course, Hillary Clinton, one of the most popular candidates in the game. She's free. She does have 20 and 25% bonuses, as well as some pretty big penalties, but her penalties are in groups you may not go after. So you have the old oil and gas. Old South is a pretty big penalty because that does correlate with the African American, and of course, the Republican national groups. And you've got Tulsi Gabbard, who is a very balanced candidate, one of Tyler Demoura's favorite candidates. He's in this game. He is not playing as Tulsi. He is playing as one of the Bushes. He's actually playing as George W. Bush. And then I'll be playing as Jeb Bush. So Jeb Bush does have a little bit larger national groups. He does have a swing state, Old South, and a Latino bonus, but he has negatives and some of the big, powerful bonuses like town and gown, 25%, negative 15% in high tech, which makes California not that attractive. And then African American, a big 20% penalty. So playing as Jeb Bush. Hopefully the guys are not watching my moves, but I get it. I'm going to go 1 pip in big conservative and end my turn. If someone goes 2 pips, that's okay. I'll live to fight another day. I don't think that George W. Bush or George H.W. Bush will go big conservative, especially H.W. I could see him going both of the smaller national groups. And then knowing Tyler Demoura, he's not that big of a national group player himself, but let's just see. Uh-oh, tragic. Okay, we survived. I saw the 100K. I thought we were a big conservative, but he went gun lobby. So we are well on our way here. Looks like Tulsi is going into Massachusetts and in Michigan. Interesting. So Hillary spending the most money at $238,000. So pretty standard start in a 5-player. So people spending some hoarding some money now. Like, for example, George H.W. Bush, which would be Chase Moss, he and I both could double tap Texas. We could double tap California here. But Chase, he did go into that gun lobby. So he's going to for sure get that. I'm going to go ahead and branch out into evangelicals also. I don't have to. If I clash here, again, that's not the end of the world. I'd rather clash now and no versus not no, especially with all of the big states being unoccupied. Now, looking at George W. Bush, he does have that old South. He is probably going to pivot to Florida sooner rather than later, go after that oasis. So if you don't know what oasis is, I did make a YouTube video called the 101 State Series in the Old South, where I talk about the acronym OASIS, OASIS, Old South, African American, swing states is strong. You can actually get all three of those bonuses by the end of turn 4. So that's something that we don't want to have happen if we're going up against George W. Bush. If we look at Hillary Clinton here, Hillary did go into Arizona, Illinois, and Michigan, which are all African American states. And then Tulsi did go into the high-tech states of Michigan and Massachusetts. So that's the lay of the land through one turn. That's okay. I'll have to change the title, obviously, because this is not all Bush and Clinton's here. Keegan Moran is saying that he was Tulsi. He's very sorry. He wasn't paying attention to the Bush versus Clinton, which was the whole Facebook post. So I'm not angry, but am disappointed because I like to do these themes so that people who are watching can enjoy. But we'll still get the same thing. It'll be actually a little bit more of a cleaner game, having 2 versus 2, 2 Republicans. Although 3 Republicans and 1 Democrat. So maybe Hillary gets a slight advantage, but that's okay. So we probably are going to have to sit through this 5-minute timer. Keegan, if you're listening, keep trying to make your move. I understand if it auto forfeits you, though. Auto forfeits, you can always exit out of the game and get back in. All right, Chase Moss chasing me in big conservative. What's up with that? So Hillary Clinton's going to get access to New York. Old South goes to George W. Gun lobby goes to George H.W. Bush, and I get big conservative. Okay, I'm thinking about what I should do here. Okay, I'm going to put this pretty conservatively. I do not like knowing that Tyler Demoura has the Old South and could easily pivot to Florida for swing states and get that African American bonus. I thought about putting one pip into Florida, but I'm going to go ahead and get my evangelical bonus on turn number 3, which I'll have the rest of the game. It'll give me well over $100,000 of extra cash I can spend. And then I really want to see what Chase is going to do here. He's kind of the wild card because Texas and California are both open. Hillary is going to have a clean path to African American, possibly high tech and town and gown. So maybe if George W. Bush put some pressure on in New York, that would help out. Maybe go for AA that way, and let Chase and I duke it out. But it's likely not gonna pan out that way. So after this turn, guys, I apologize. It should go a little bit faster because Keegan will be out of the game and we'll drop down to 4 players. I think I might have a multiplayer game, a late night game, at least once a week, and just post it to the YouTube channel. I do encourage everyone who is on YouTube but not in the 270 Lounge to join the Facebook page. You can do so on the loading screen. There's a Facebook community icon. I'm actually a moderator and an active player inside the lounge. I do post a lot about the game, try to meet lots of new people, but I understand that not everyone is on Facebook. Okay, so that's the end of turn number 3. Let's watch the news, see if Chase Moss comes through and chases me a big conservative. Thank goodness he did not. It would have been tragic. There's the evangelical bonus. It's going to be Mr. George W. Bush going up into Florida. He's also going to go up in Wisconsin, which if you guys were watching my screen, that was going to be the move where I blocked him in swing. but I didn't want to overcommit. Okay, so guys, George W. Bush is in a fantastic position here. If you look, he's got Florida, he's got Wisconsin, he's got Virginia and North Carolina without any pressure. Now, I didn't want to be the one to pressure him because it would cause me to overspend, but he's going to get the swing states. He's also going to spend here in Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, and with all of these states not facing any pressure, he's going to have 3 bonuses at the end of this turn. He's going to have Old South, he's going to have swing states, and he's going to have African American, which that African American bonus is $100,000. It's definitely very frustrating. Now, I don't blame Chase for moving over to California, but if you look at George H.W. Bush's stats, he's going to need that. He's going to need that oil and gas or agriculture bonus, and obviously I've got these national groups. It's not ideal, but with Hillary already here, the good thing is, I guess, with African American going to George W., that he can pressure maybe in Illinois, Michigan, and eventually these African American states that Hillary has. So I think that my best bet is to go into Texas. Now, Chase could double tap Texas here, and if he does that, that would be tragic. But I want to have a stranglehold here, and I also want to get manufacturing. Now, if I get manufacturing, I'm going to need to get 3 states here. So how can I do that? If I need to have a state here. So if I go Illinois, or maybe I don't commit to manufacturing yet because I don't want to show all my cards. So I need to get into Texas, though. Texas is a great place to build from your core of a multiplayer game. Now, I'm going to be facing pressure a lot of these different states, but I'm counting on Hillary to go for that African American bonus and that high tech and town and gown bonus. I'm counting on George W. Bush to get the Old South, the African American in swing, and to pressure other people. He's likely going to defend Florida, Virginia, North Carolina, Louisiana, some of those important states. But if we can get manufacturing with Indiana and maybe in Illinois, or in Indiana, Kentucky, and a Wisconsin, or in Ohio and a Kentucky, or in Ohio in Indiana, that's probably our best path to manufacturing through Texas. And then if we can get that oil and gas money with Texas and the majority of the oil states, not really to pressure California, but just kind of to hold off Texas, that would be the best route for me this game. So again, I am Brendan Borman. I am number 36 on the all-time leaderboard. We actually have George W. Bush, who's played by Tyler Demoura. Tyler Demoura did pass me on the all-time leaderboard just this month. So Bobby Babcock is talking about Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is a swing state, and Tyler Demoura will have that bonus. Plus, for high tech, it's going to be too expensive for me to get it and get for manufacturing. I would much rather lock a state like Illinois or a state like North Carolina, but that'll be heavily defended because Tyler will have 3 bonuses for that state. I really need someone like Chase or someone like Hillary to pressure in Florida, and it be actual pressure. So again, I played this like a 5-player match. I didn't know that Keegan was going to forfeit. So, and again, that happens in these games. So no worries. There's a 0 spin. You got a low spin from Hillary. Like I mentioned, we all know what George W. Bush is going to do. He's going to go get his bonus. Hillary going up in Michigan and Illinois. Hillary's going for the African American, but she does not have enough. So there's African American, there's swing, there's Old South. Huge start for George W. Bush. And that's the end of Tulsi. So Chase Moss on the second pip. Okay, so for those of you who can see my screen, I am going to play it conservatively. And I probably should save a little bit more money, but I don't want to be the end of turn 6, which this is turn 5, and not get a bonus. So I'm kind of hedging my bets here. Going up in Texas, which we've got a 1-pip spin in California by George H.W. Bush. Got a clash in Colorado. See if there's pressure in Florida. So Chase is going to help us out a little bit. Going to put some pressure. That's some real pressure too, because that ties to several bonuses. So where did the New York spin come from? It came from George W. Bush. So we got George W. Bush pressuring Hillary. We've got George H.W. Bush pressuring George W. Bush. And then we've got us kind of over expanding. Okay, so the bonuses stay the same. We have an extra 100K, but we have to make sure here that, man, George W. Bush has 800. He could go up in New York. He can't go 3 pips past. He's got Old South, so he can go at least 1 pip past. Okay, so I have to get Texas to the 3rd pip this time. Now, I have pressure in Colorado and in New Mexico. But if I go up in all of the other oil states, I can get the oil and gas bonus, or I can go for manufacturing. Now, manufacturing, I have a clear path. So what's Jeb's higher bonus here? Jeb has a neutral manufacturing, and he has a 25% oil and gas. So I think I'm going to prioritize the oil and gas, just because I can use that in Texas and in California. I can't quite get both. Okay, so George W. Bush has that African American. He can use it to defend in North Carolina. can also use it to defend Louisiana. He's got a swing money to defend both Wisconsin and he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to defend Wisconsin because he can always pip up into another swing state like Arizona, like Colorado or New Mexico. Hmm. So I'm gonna play it conservatively again, guys. I'm not gonna go after Colorado or New Mexico. Oh, tragic. Chase Moss. Spending in big conservative. What in the world? Okay, so now we're facing lots of pressure in these oil states. Hillary finally gets towny gown. Big conservative flips, but there's the oil and gas. Now, if we look at George, George kept swing. I think George is sure to defend Louisiana this turn. Okay, so I want to attack with my oil money and not defend. However, George W. Bush is in a really good spot here. He can defend using his African American money in Louisiana. He can also go for a steal in a New Mexico or a Colorado. And I don't want to clash and waste all that money, especially when he could overtake me in a lot of these states here. So it's very unfortunate, but I'm going to have to pick a couple states and just go one or two pips past. I'm for sure going to get the manufacturing. Maybe I don't go in Illinois yet. It's kind of a extra gravy on top when that's an extra 50K I could use to possibly defend somewhere. And Chase is really being annoying to me right now. He didn't have to do this. Okay, I'm going to take a bit of a gamble here, guys. And instead of wasting a lot of my cash defending, I'm going to hope that I can hang on this oil and gas bonus. Although Alaska flips. Okay, we do get Colorado. That was a big get. And we are going to get the manufacturing bonus. But there's the Louisiana lock, like I was thinking. Okay, we're going to need to hang on the West Virginia here. Shoot. Okay. So I think I lost the oil and gas bonus. It's a good question. Is Chase stream spending? I wouldn't doubt it. It's actually really frustrating. I mean, it's a complete noob move to chase me in big conservative for absolutely no reason. I mean, he's bound to lock all these states. Okay, I got to think here. Because the longer this game goes, the more of an advantage of oil and that cash is this stupid big conservative. It's probably suicide, but It is what it is. Yeah, total Bush league. Chase, I'm not letting you play in any of these other games unless you can prove to me that this is legitimate, but maybe I'm just being salty. All right, guys, turn number 9. Again, this was supposed to be a George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton match, but we got that screwed up. Chase Moss chasing me in Oklahoma, living up to his name. Not today. But let's just clash and let George W. Bush walk away with this game. That's what it looks like it's going to happen. High tech goes to Hillary. And it's a wash everywhere else. Okay, we're facing pressure everywhere now where we could lose the manufacturing bonus. Good thing is I'll keep Indiana, but Ohio looks to be lost if I don't spend. So I'll spend. Although he could just dump one into Texas and then my game's over. So this was not a fun game. But that's what happens when you play with mediocre players. Sometimes they can make good strategy go out the window. So I do expect to be chased in Texas and not chased in California because Texas is more beneficial to George W. Bush. He can get that ag bonus. He can get manufacturing. Um, with California, he just would get ag. Big spend. Looks like New York flipped. Okay, so Hillary, I don't think is going to overtake me in Indiana, but I'm just going to go in Kentucky. Defending against the oil take. But yeah, George W. Bush has I've I've been in George W. Bush's position enough times to know that he should win the cakewalk. He could even get high tech on this turn. If you are listening to this, Tyler, good game. Definitely deserved to win. Just sucks to go out like this. And I agree. I agree, James, that it was smart for Chase to um, defend his oil like that, but I don't know. Pretty dirty to chase in national groups on like turn 3 or 4. And then the odds of a 2-pip pass working in those 10K states is not great. That's a terrible strategy that works maybe 10% of the time, just because I have the oil money to defend. I didn't because I thought he would go maybe higher spin in a few other states, but I guess randomness works better in multiplayer. So, see, we did lose Indiana, but we went up in Kentucky. So let's see if we can keep our manufacturing money. We didn't. Oh my goodness. What in the world are you doing, Hillary Clinton? You're spending money against me in Indiana and Kentucky when you've got George W. Bush in Illinois, in Michigan. I don't understand these people. I just don't understand what's going on. Okay, so I'll probably be the first eliminated. Watch George W. Bush slide on over to Texas. I'm not in enough states. Total noob move here. But just to deny the bonus one more time. I will spectate so we can watch the rest of this match if I am eliminated, which I should be. I will say that this is the first match I've lost all day today. I was on a heater. I'm about 12-0, including beating some really good players. That was a good steal by Chase in Illinois. Yeah, George W. Bush is the only person smart enough to go into Texas. Crazy. Sam took. I was calling mostly mostly two players mediocre, but you know what? It's not that big of a deal. In a five-player game, it's so easy to go against each other. I was going out of my way to be unconfrontational, but yeah, that's what happens when you don't stop somebody. And I knew it. I could have stopped George W. Bush in Wisconsin. I'm partially to blame. Yeah, but yeah, I don't get what Hillary's doing either. That's okay. W's going to get Ohio. He's in Texas. He's going to get Pennsylvania. If you want to be like George W. Bush here and be a stud, you can follow Tyler Demoura's Twitch stream. He streams some 270 content. He streams some other political content as well as some fun late night owl streams. You can follow him at Portly, Portly Games. And I will drop that in the comments here in just a minute. But that's the high tech bonus. There's the ballot. Can Tyler win on the first ballot? He can flip Massachusetts. He'll hold Pennsylvania. Really not facing any pressure from Hillary. Not really facing any pressure from George. See if he can get it done. Do you guys want to see another game? You want to see me go to the public lobby? Um, does anyone here in the comments want to partake? And maybe I don't even have to play. Maybe I could just stream. That way there's no controversy or me getting upset. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Hawaii flips. The most inconsequential flip ever. New York flips. Yeah, nonsense. AOC is a good person to play as. I'd say that she's a good candidate, but she's not overpowered like a Michelle Obama. So George W. just missed out on winning on the second ballot, but he's already at 290, and he's got 1.18 million. He's got a lot of money that'll work toward California, which he's only 400K behind. And this game is just about over. So what I will say, and this is all in love, Chase, maybe you weren't, I'll give you the 100% of the benefit of the doubt. Let's say you weren't watching moves. That's okay. The Texas California clash is inevitable in multiplayer. I get it. Um, I clearly had big conservative on turn number one, and it's a huge investment to try and chase me. That's fine. You decide to do that. I don't think that's a great strategy. But George W. Bush gets Old South, swing states, and African American two $100,000 bonuses at the end of turn four. Okay? If you think of the board game Risk, that's the equivalent of someone having the continent of South America and Africa all to themselves. It's early on in the game, and instead of someone trying to break up those continents, that turns into them just stockpiling their borders, and all of a sudden they take over the entire game. In a game like 270, the numbers, it just trickles. And so you can't let one person have a big advantage for a long time. Otherwise, you're just totally messing up with the rest of the game. Now, that's your strategy. What you did might work. If Hillary Clinton can maybe combat George W. Bush, but the problem with that was George W. Bush already had African American, already had swing. He's already in New York, and so you don't want to, what you did. It's fine. It earns you second place, but in my book, second place is the same thing as fourth place. It's if you won or not. Now, if you play differently, that's okay. That's your right. And you're not going to win every game. So am I upset? Maybe a little bit. Am I mad at you? No. I just want you to learn, and I want other players to learn from, in multiplayer games, you can't really control your destiny 100%. That's why a lot of the top players, we prefer to play 1v1 matches just because, you know, we have complete control over the board. So I love multiplayer. They're definitely fun. They're different types of strategy. I hope that we can continue on these streams. But Chase is probably going to forfeit here on turn 16. California flips, and all these other states are being entered. I'm going to hit skip. There's the good game. King of the North, good game, man. Congratulations. Okay, so what am I going to do? I am going to have the game code open. Not public lobby. I'll keep doing that. It's a habit. We're going to host a game. You know what? I will be. Who should I be? Okay, so someone asked me if AOC was a good candidate. Um, Tyler Demoura trolling now. I'm going to be AOC, and I'm going to set it up as a 5-person game. I'm going to do a 1-minute timer. There's your code. Fancy Middleman 6. Fancy FANCY Middleman 6. I'm going to put it in the Okay, the stream is back. Sorry, had little technical difficulties there. We are full. We have a Biden. We do have a Leprechaun. Yeah, Bobby, I'd love to have you watch and pick up stuff. Now, I did not go in New York, which is what I wanted to do, but I thought that Chase or someone would clash. So I don't know who's even in this game. Hey, Zach Beamer's online. What's up, dude? Okay, so we've got Biden going in North Carolina and Virginia. We've got the Leprechaun. Did anyone go national groups? Looks like one national group for the Leprechaun. We've got a zero spin from McCain, and we have possible um, manufacturing for Grant. Look for Grant to possibly go into Texas. Um, I like my chances here of possibly getting into Town and Gown if I can get it uncontested. See if I can get um, New York, Utah, and Massachusetts. Double tap from California from McCain. Zach Beamer is referring to the fantasy football championship that he won. So shout out to Zach Beamer. I am in a 16-team dynasty league that's been going on for about 5 or 6 years, and Zach took down the title. So we did get New York uncontested. So a lot better start for us here. So again, Utah, Massachusetts, and New York. It's a great combination. However, it is easily blocked, especially in a 5-player game. And so instead of going for high tech, I'm going to do a slow build. I'm going to wait and see kind of where these states fall. I'm going to go and skip my turn here. Looks like we had some conflict all over the Old South. We do get $97,500 for that Town and Gown. Still not facing pressure in Utah or in Massachusetts. I could go for New Hampshire, Pennsylvania. Let's go. So what I'm going to do here is enter into some high-tech states. I'm going to go into Virginia and Maryland, even though those are heavily occupied. Also going to go in New Hampshire, which I have my Town and Gown money for. Arizona, which is a very valuable state. I might max Arizona this next turn. Swing states does go to Biden, so that's the only bonus. Just checking to see if I'm facing any pressure across the board. McCain going for oil and gas. Leprechaun going for manufacturing. Okay, so I'm not maxing um, anything, but I am going to go heavily into Maryland, heavily into Arizona, see if I can steal either of those. See what Biden does. He does defend Arizona. However, that money is well spent because if we do eliminate, then we can possibly inherit those later on. Manufacturing, evangelicals for the Leprechaun, and we do get the high tech bonus. Gonna lock Maryland. Okay, I have to think about what I'm going to do here. I'm going to expand in the Old South. Might lose some of my money. I won't lose my Town and Gown money, but I might lose my high tech money, depending on what happens in Pennsylvania or what happens in Washington. I didn't want to overspend. Looks like McCain. It's been 175. That could be all in Washington. He go and skip it. Nope, didn't lose high tech. Great. So now I have to decide what do I want to lock, what do I want to spend my money on. That town and gown money is really going to help me on the ballot round. I'm going to go ahead and lock Washington. Let's see, McCain's got 5. I'm going to do this. Probably not the best move. I'm going to leave Washington 1 pip open and lock Pennsylvania. And there goes Biden. He came at me in Washington, but I did block. Okay, so Leprechaun looking fairly decent. No pressure in New York. I'm just going to go ahead and zero spin, but I'm going to play my next round. I could go after the African American bonus. I didn't want to overcommit my money, and I wasn't ready for the math yet. So 150 in New York. I think Virginia's probably going to get locked by somebody, although McCain and Leprechaun. They also zero spent. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to try to lock Virginia. I have 400K of cash. Low man on the totem pole. Okay, I'm going to open up in Tennessee. I should have opened up in Michigan with my high-tech money. I went for the lock in Virginia, which might result in a clash. Big spend. There's the African American bonus, 110. So it did pay off. We did get Virginia, no pressure. Going to enter into Michigan, up in Tennessee, and up in DC. Even if we don't spend in the Old South, we should be able to keep the African American bonus, not facing any pressure except those 2 African American states of Mississippi and South Carolina. I'm going to spend some of my town and gown money, double pipping into Minnesota and Missouri, double pipping into Rhode Island, Vermont, and Maine. And then looking at Latino, I'm not close, but I am going to put 1 single pip into California. I'm going to I am going to go up a few in Mississippi and call it good. So facing pressure from McCain. Okay, so Grant's in trouble. McCain's everywhere. I'm not going to use my high tech, but I'm going to use my 456, 750. He does have oil. He might be able to go 1 more. I don't think he can. Gonna double the single everywhere else. Double the Latino state. They go up to the 4th in Michigan. Probably not good enough, but if I can take the lead, be good electorally. McCain's also in Texas, so he could be going for that Texas-California pair. But this is one of those cases like Chase last game. He'd be more wise to attack me because I have all these bonuses. Got a low spin, zero spin by McCain. Just really the Leprechaun. 261. There's no ballot clash in Idaho and Nevada. Okay. I'm going to play it safe. I'm just going to defend New York. There's no reason to be selfish here and take California when McCain has 1.18 million. Do have a bunch of cash. Okay, there he goes in Connecticut. Maybe trying to steal high tech. Doesn't even get it. I lost, let's see. I think I have it by the hair of my chinny chin chin. I do. Just Utah. Okay, I'm going to zero spend again. I probably should spend my AA money and my Old South money in Georgia, but I was processing a lot of the high tech and other information. Wasn't ready to commit my money. But I have the ability to go 4 in California this turn. Gonna go ahead and spend. I lost a bunch of money there, Old South and AA. Like I was saying, I probably should have spent the money, but I'm not too worried. Okay, got 20 seconds here. Low man is Grant. Grant is kind of all over the place. McCain can go 3 pips. So that's a guaranteed steal. Didn't want to run out of time, so I hit in turn before getting Iowa. But I should get California here. So I temporarily lost the town and gown. It looks like McCain left. Interesting. I did get AA back. Okay. These 1 minute timers are stressful. I probably won't win on this first ballot. I'm not spending enough money, and Leprechaun can actually take away a couple bonuses here. Good game. Hey, Mysterio, is that Bandolin? gone quiet. Sorry, guys. Try to think here. Okay, there's a ballot. Hey, Mysterio, I'm curious to know who you are, if you don't mind. Didn't quite get it on the first ballot. Good game, Grant. That's actually going to help Leprechaun out a little bit more than me. I need to get spread out here. Because his money is way more relevant than mine is. We'll play the short game here. Okay, so Alaska's good. Just need to lock what I had. So I don't mind using my AA and my cash, although that turns into a nightmare if I don't get it. $15 would be $75. So I'm gonna save it, and I'm not gonna go for North Carolina. There's the ballot. Okay, so what I need to lock? I need to lock Oklahoma, South Carolina. So I can't lose. Yeah. Good game. I made that a lot harder than it needed to be, but that's okay. Good game. Yellow Leprechaun really hung in there. But that's about knowing what number you need. So North Carolina, I could let go because it was 15. I had 290. I knew I would be still good. So final score: AOC 296, Leprechaun 242. Let's see who this Leprechaun was. Oh, King of the North, Tyler. Look at that 1 minute timer, man. He's a stud. Well, thank you guys for hopping on. I think I'm just going to play one more public lobby game. Oh, game not available. Let's see here. I think I'll actually be. I'm going to be the Stone. My last game here. All right, going to shut it down because the app is frozen. Get back in. And this will be 100% final, my last game. This is a 3-minute timer. Do I wait for a 1-minute timer or do I go for this? Oh, wasn't meant to be. I'm too slow. Public lobby. There's a Vladimir Putin. Let's bring it on. Oh, Jeff Ray. Jeff Ray. Jeff Ray, guys, is a top 5 player all time. Got 1-minute timer looking at. So he has a 35% oil and gas, 35% gun lobby. All right. How do I want to do this? Do I want to go swing states? Do I want to go New York? Good night, Keegan. I think I'm going to zero spend. So we got a double pip into Florida. So this is a swing state battle. I do expect to clash or put him in a tough spot. He's going into North Carolina. Here comes Virginia and Wisconsin. So if he goes up in Florida, he's got 350. Ooh, he got me by a pip in Wisconsin. Okay, I don't like this move, but I ran out of time. Shoot. Mm. Mm-hmm. Ah, I thought I had that blocked. Didn't do the math right. Stupid. Okay, boys. Mm, shoot. Okay, so I put some pressure on Florida finally. He could go after. Does he have town and gown? He has a negative, a penalty for it. Um, I think I'm going to zero spend. So he just went. So he did double tap Texas. Okay. Good play on his part. He's only 60, 120, 180, 240. Let's see. 61, 60, 120, 180, 240, 300, 360. Okay, so this is going to be manufacturing. I'm also going to block oil. Okay, now this is maybe suicide, but I can't let him take manufacturing, but also can't let him have California and Texas. So I'm going to have to double pip Cali. There's the clash. $60, $120, $180. Okay, I probably should have pivoted here because he can get oil, which is a huge bonus for Putin. Damn time to think this through. But as long as I keep clashing with him. Okay, he's going to go for the bonus this turn. Does get oil and gas. Okay, so now I have to decide what am I going to do with this. What am I going to do with this manufacturing money? Hmm. I wish I was in another high-tech state. Hmm. Good game, Jeff. Gosh, dang it. Okay. Well, I can't end on that. I'm gonna do a non 1 minute timer so I can think my moves through here. Oh, good game, Jeff. I've played Jeff about 5 times in the last month, and I'm 3 wins. That's now my second loss. So he's a good player. I would have said I had the candidate advantage in that one, but that's one of those things, in a 1 minute timer, it's so easy to, get caught up. And I shouldn't have been fighting Putin for an oil bonus when he's got a 35% bonus. But I don't know if I'd have pivoted to New York, maybe got high tech that way. I could have gone for AA, which would have been more realistic. Okay, so let's transition here. We got Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass is a Republican candidate. He does have a very high African American, high manufacturing bonus. Playing against a Bernie Sanders should easily win. So that swing state battle, man, is what ultimately killed me against Jeff. I thought I had maxed out Ohio to where he couldn't get me, but I miscounted. If I block that, I probably get a huge advantage. Um, Gosh darn it. Okay. So he also has a town and gown bonus. So you know what? I don't like playing out of New York necessarily, but just to show you, hope this guy plays. Ah, oh, stupid. See, this is the bad thing about 3 minute timers. Like you play a 3 minute timer and it's like, oh my gosh, come on. Or play a 1 minute timer, it's like, hurry, hurry, hurry. Like wish someone played a 3 minute timer. Like the first turn should go really fast. All right, I don't have the patience for this guy. This is karma paying me back for me being rude to Chase Moss earlier. And I get 1 minute timer against Jeff Ray, and now I get an independent Bernie who's going to take all 3 minutes here. All right. If this is a zero spend, I might be out. Might have to start a new one. Nope. It took him the entire time to go into Indiana and big conservative and labor and environment. Oh my goodness, people. He spent labor and environment, big conservative, and Indiana. Like it doesn't get any more rain than that. Okay, now it's on turn 3. Maybe we have a sinking error. Okay, so that's probably what happened. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go Florida, Tennessee, and Michigan. There we go. Okay, maybe this Bernie isn't so bad after all. So I call this the Fred Banks. He's going to get big conservative, but we're going to get African American by 2.5 thousand. He's spending 300K and he's going up in labor and environment on turn 4. And it looks like he might be working on manufacturing with Indiana and Kentucky, but it's not going to matter. That's $140,000 per turn. African American. Going to go and pressure Illinois, pressure Arizona, and they go up in North Carolina. So I either have next turn, I'm a low spend. I'm either going to have 2 manufacturing states, or I'll have the ability to go into California, which Bernie does go into California. Here comes the New York pressure in air quotes. Bring it on, Bernie. Bernie can't take me. Okay, so I'm going up in enough states to get the Old South bonus and the swing state bonus next turn. So the combination of New Hampshire, Virginia, North Carolina, Arizona, and Florida is swing. I'm also going to go up in Maryland and Louisiana to get that Old South bonus. And then um, if I go up in Delaware, Michigan, I think I was counting my math with Michigan and Massachusetts and Utah. It's getting late. He's got 2 pips there. There's Old South. There's swing. Going to get high tech and town again on the next turn. Not my most efficient game ever, but oh, here comes Bernie. All right, we got another 350 spent. What's going to happen? Like a New York, Illinois? No, New York, Ohio. Close enough. All right, rest in peace, Bernie. Turn 8 over. There's high tech. There's town and gown. Here comes the oil and gas manufacturing, and I don't quite have agriculture. Not in Wisconsin. I could try to flip Illinois, but that's okay. Would enter into New Jersey and Nevada for Latino. And I guess I could go for export as well on the end of turn 10. Yeah. So the comment section, people are talking about forfeiting on turn 8. So the difference is if you forfeit before turn 8, it doesn't count on the leaderboard. If you do forfeit after turn 8, then the player who um, won the game gets credit for the win. Not today, Mr. Bernie. Chase always used to forfeit on turn 8. That's funny. Boom, boom, boom. We got a big clash. Catch up on the comments here. Oh, Bernie's alive. Oh, Bernie is alive, folks. Tried to steal New York. Bernie's going to lose Arkansas. You have Arkansas and Georgia. There's a ballot. Okay, so he's only in. Arkansas flips. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Georgia flips. And that's it, folks. So while I'm not completely satisfied, this does take the sting a little bit away, but it's a new player. I hate beating up on a new player. Hey, Chase. So let's take a quick look at the leaderboard. So I played the number 4 player all time earlier. He has 3,887 plays, and he's won. Let's see here. Won 3,229. So he's only lost 600 or so times, and I'd say about 15 of them are probably me over his career. Uh, I've got a winning record against Sapun. Number 1, Eugene versus Debs. I actually don't think he's that good. He's won 6,300 players at 6,300 times out of 7,200. I think I've lost to him. I don't know. I've probably won 10 in a row against Eugene. Jason Miegel is absolute trash at number 6. He's a state chaser. He has no strategy, and he usually forfeits before turn 8 against me. I am DeBeacham, number 7. He's a nice guy, but he also, if you beat him too early, he will forfeit on you. Carlos with the C is very underrated. He goes to the Old South. Um, Definitely very beatable. Raymond Roy, number 11. He's actually, this is pretty incredible that he's that high. He is a multiplayer specialist. He's a good guy. And the fact that he just plays multiplayer and he has that many wins goes to show you how good of a player he is. Going through the rest, Two-Part Ohio. Shout out to Anna Gainsfield. She is in my opinion, the cream of the crop, the creme de la creme of females playing 270. Then we've got Jason Casey, who is what I would consider my arch rival. He is fantastic. He's a nice friend of mine out in Las Vegas. But no, the last 4 or 5 times he played, it's been a bitter end to an AA battle where Jason has just edged me out. Christina Grace Wheeler, she's a improving player. Marty Holland, Bart Childers, really good at 21. I would say that we're about even playing wise. Larry De Costa, aka the Ballot God, he's really good at battle rounds. Number 24, Reddy Septiana. He is also a state chaser, but he likes to play Santa Claus. Brandon Barker, who was behind me in games played up until recently. Ryan Toomey, another person who forfeits before turn 8. Living the Dream, TJ Marciniak, the one who gets credit for starting the community tournaments. Then my good friend Javier Rodriguez at 31. King of the North, who was featured in 2 streams tonight. And then you find me. I have 1,771 wins or plays, 1,404 wins. That's including all of the public lobby games. Of course, public lobby games are not a true barometer of how good you are. Coming up on the 1st of February, it'll be the 1-year anniversary from when I started tracking my games on an Excel spreadsheet. I have played to date over 900 games that are coded, just like we did here where we type in a code. And I have won about 755 of my 904 coded games. So I haven't put in today's games. I did lose one multiplayer to Tyler Demoura, King of the North, and I just lost to Jeff Ray. So I'll add that. But I did go a combined 14-2 today. So pretty successful. Going through the list here, David Joshua, Danny Diesel, who is a friend of the YouTube channel, Daniel Smith, the Lone Ranger, aka Nathan Williams, who is back in the lounge despite cheating allegations. President Camacho, friend of the YouTube channel, also Tyler Barola, coming at 42. Yang Gang, Fred Banks, who I talked about in the first multiplayer, who likes to go to the Old South, but also that last game I played where I went New York, Tennessee, Michigan, and Florida. That is a very popular African American bonus, especially in a multiplayer. We've got Statesman, who I used to play a lot. Kirby Wins, who likes to play as Michelle Obama. Um, if you look at that ratio, 1,239 wins out of 1,353. I'm like 7-0 against Kirby Wins. So if Kirby Wins didn't play me, he or she would have even a better record. And that rounds out the top 49. So let's check out the lobby and see if there's anything else. If there is, I might play. If not, then I'll call it a night. There is nothing, honey. At least if I can be a trash candidate here. Let me be Sarah Palin. Che 99. There's women's movement. Gonna get that swing state bonus. We'll see if RBG pivots to labor and environment, chases me and swing. Looks like she's going to chase me and swing. Okay, she did not take away my swing state bonus. She's state chasing. So if she does take North Carolina, I will not keep it. Okay. Not really sure what to do here. Might be overexpending a little bit for AA manufacturing. Probably not manufacturing, honestly. Mostly AA and Town and Gown. I am gonna get African American. Oh man, I'm gonna get African American. I'm gonna get so many bonuses here. Look how trashy these bonuses are. Town and Gown 60, African American 75. Oh crap! I didn't get my turn in. No. Ugh. Ugh. Shoot. I was in a good spot too. Lose all that money. Nope, she's zero spent. Okay. Spending all my bonus money. And then I'm gonna go ahead and enter into Texas. North Dakota with my town and gown. And West Virginia. Okay. So there's 400. Should spend quite a bit here. I'm not gonna watch it. We kept all of our bonuses. Cut manufacturing. This is insane. Because she did go up in to 200, 400, 650. She could have gone up in. Ah, shoot. Dang it. Knew I should have locked Colorado. I was trying really hard. So if I can win this, guys, this is insane. I don't think I'm going to. Well, this whole time I was Massachusetts, Utah from high tech. That's dumb of me. Hmm. All right, guys. Oh, she flipped New York by one. Oh, that's gross. That's so gross. So gross. Yeah, this is one of those VP games where um, I was pretty well toast. Would have been cool if I won, but not enough rolls out. Mm. Block in Illinois. Oklahoma. Guys, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Oh, I bet this guy feels really stupid. I just won with Sarah freaking Palin against RBG with this loaded vice president. They got Texas, California, and New York against me. Oh, let's screenshot that one for the lounge. It says my YouTube's not responding. Can you guys still hear me? I had to refresh my game because I don't know what's going on here. So I'm just sitting at the home screen. But no, it's 2:15. I have to work in 6 hours. Oh, I'm gonna check out the chat here. I have no self control. Let's see what's in the. See if someone's in the lobby. Oh, here's a multiplayer game. All right, let's see if Kelly and Conway can find a game here. MKPB JN. Czechoslovakia. Oh no, Ronald Reagan. He's got that big conservative bonus. All right, let's see who any VPs. We got a one VP here, got a manufacturing, export, and high tech. Look at this combination of FDR and Elon Musk. I might have to do a video on this. 52% manufacturing, 40% high tech, 30% export. That's pretty fantastic. Reagan, of course, has 40% big conservative. I have 70% big conservative. Oh man, it's almost not fair. I'm gonna go evangelical gun lobby. See if Reagan. Yep, Reagan went big conservative. Where did Mr. Purple guy go? Ross Perot. One for New York. Okay, interesting combination. Probably not what I would have done. I think you're going to see FDR go for Texas. I don't know how to kick people out of the chat actually, but I can work on that for the next stream. There's Texas. And I'm not saying I'm going to kick anybody out. I just to know how to do it in case I need to. All right, so early odds on FDR to win, pretty good. Hmm. This is probably a game-defining turn right here. Okay, I'm now in officially block mode for oil and gas. I'll try to get my Old South bonus. Okay, so fast forward. Did get Old South. Not facing pressure in the Old South. I'm going to pressure manufacturing. He might spin big here in Ohio. I'm expecting a clash here in Indiana. Oh, no, maybe not. So he's just using his manufacturing money, which he just lost. Really much a don't let FDR get his bonuses, which is not a great way to play. Burrow's going to get F, or he already has AA. So he did max out Wisconsin and Michigan, and he got Michigan. Okay, so I'm going to low spend here. Don't have quite enough EVs locked in. I might wait a turn. I've got Indiana, North Carolina, Louisiana. I've got the Old South. I think Florida makes the most sense to me, but or New York. I don't want to commit yet. Maybe Reagan will come for Texas here. Lost 23 that turn. Wow. I lost Virginia. Okay. I'll block a ballot here. Lots of clashes. Yes, Chase. I was going to tell you earlier if you got primary mode, I'd play you, but um, I sent you a video in on Facebook that you should watch. Dark Meter Gaming. Yes, I agree. I didn't know if he's going to 3-turn forfeit. Wasn't quite sure what to expect here. He just spent. What did he take from me? He took Tennessee. Yay, Bobby, you can pick my next candidate if I play again. Oh, dang it. One turn too late in Georgia. Hmm. Oh, shoot. Big turn by Reagan. Let me take a gamble here. I'm going to try to not spin anything. Let's see what happens. I could be eliminated, but low spending. Hmm. Survive and advance, baby. I think I'm gonna lose. Mm, crap. Oh no, Wyoming. Ah, dang it. Ah, he maxed Kansas. Why would he max Kansas? He had 4 states to protect. He just protected Kansas. Oh, 269 to 269. Mm, we tied. Mm. Kissing your sister. All right. Okay, so Bobby Babcock. Do you want me to play as Kanye or do you want me to play as um, Stacey Abrams? I don't have a vice president for either of them. I'll play Stacey. Oh, should have quit when I 538 of the guy. Chase freaking Moss. Let's go. Up Trump 2020 and VP Nancy Pelosi. Okay, I actually think we're going to clash on turn one. I think Chase has watched enough of my videos. Oh, no, he didn't. He's 0 turns spent. All right, Biden going for Florida. Is he going for Florida, New York? I bet you he is. That's a terrible strategy against me. Sorry, Bobby. I'd already started this game. Hey, maybe I can make that into a video for the YouTube channel tomorrow and give you a shout out. Okay. So I don't like playing with Stacey Abrams. I forgot that she has a negative swing state bonus. However, by pipping into all the African American states and having that $55 Old South bonus, and now Chase going all in Arizona for absolutely no reason, this game is now over. Okay, I see you, Chase, block and swing. I see you. Okay, so, ooh, he's gonna block Colorado. That's good. And block Iowa. Good move, Chase. Still not gonna matter. But I'll give it to you. Oops. Thought I was going North Carolina there. I was like, what's going on? Did he get swing? He got swing, ladies and gentlemen. Can he keep it? My money is on no. We are at 468 subscribers. Thank you guys for everyone who is in the chat and has subbed. Good game, Chase. All right, Bobby, you still here? He wants a Donald Trump Nancy Pelosi combination. Victory, victory, victory. That's the game that got messed up. We lost. I was a streamer. 1-1. Sam Yak 17. Okay, Nancy Pelosi gives me a high-tech bonus, a labor and environment, and a women's movement. Playing against a John McCain. Of course, has that swing. Let's see. I still have a 35% Old South. So what do you guys want me to do? Turn one. You guys have any like starting moves, Bobby? What do you want to see? Bobby says Flodia. Flodia. Let's go Flodia. Chase is saying Oasis. Saying block swing. Let's just go 1 pip in Florida. 2 pips? Bobby's saying 2 pips. I'm gonna go with Bobby. This is Bobby's game. Oh, in California, McCain is. Interesting. In Illinois. It's like we're playing against an AL. AI, I mean. Okay, so I'm going to do the clash and dash, but without the clash. I'm just dashing straight to New Mexico, Wisconsin, Ohio, and already have the second pip into Florida. My stats with Nancy Pelosi equal a 17% high tech, 12% labor environment, 10% women's movement, and a negative 25% big conservative. So we got a Florida, or not, we get a Florida, Ohio, Wisconsin, New Mexico versus very strangely, this guy is just spreading out across the map. So he's already too thin. Okay, 150. I can pressure somewhere. I could double pip in Texas next turn. Let's do that. So this is a pretty standard strategy. We're facing pressure in Florida. So before I was facing Florida pressure, what I was going to do is double tap Texas and use my swing in North Carolina. That way I could get the ag bonus and the manufacturing bonus. But since I'm facing pressure in Florida, why not just use the swing? And let's go 1 pip. maybe disguise the fact that we can go double pip. So it's funny. This is Brendan. My brother's name is actually Braden, Braden. So Bobby, it's kind of ironic. Okay, so McCain did bluff in Florida, going for high tech. So we're going to set ourselves up for oil and gas. I'm going to get manufacturing this turn. So McCain spread out a lot. I mean, it's only turn 5. And appreciate everyone who's stuck on, obviously. um, maybe you just can't sleep. But as a sneak preview, I'm going to make a video about it. But I'm also doing a giveaway, a subscriber giveaway, giving away a gift card. And that's going to be inauguration day. So I'll make a video about it, but make sure you tune in on inauguration day, and there will be a special prize. To date, I've given over $800 in gift cards away to mostly people on the 270 Lounge. Troy Moore has won over $80. David Robinson over $50. It's just kind of a fun way to have tournaments and give stuff away. Hey, Chase, I'm sorry. I'm a bad influence on you. This McCain's toast. He just doesn't know it yet. There's Old South. He's still playing. Turn 8. There's Export. Should be getting really close to AA. The Crooked Chase Countdown. Bobby from Ohio, shout out for recommending Donald Trump, 2020, and Nancy Pelosi. Brendan, next game, try super high swing state combo. What is that? Is anyone in the stream not a part of the 270 Lounge on Facebook? You should totally join, Bobby.
That's funny. Is anyone on Discord in here? I thought about making a Discord channel. That way, when I went live, I could actually talk to some people. Maybe do some challenges like Chase Moss said. Yeah. What's your question? This guy's forfeited. Do Barack Obama with Michelle VP. Does the does the $270 give VPs when we rate the game? They can. I've earned VPs when I have placed in tournaments, and I am have a working relationship with the some of the developers. Wouldn't say it's a guarantee, but I'll take her. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I am gonna have to sign off here. My baby is awake, and it is my turn. We made it 3+ hours, some of us off and on, and we saw some wins, some losses, some uh, interesting characters in the chat. And I'll try to do this about once a week where we do a live and just kind of play for as long as we can. Anyway, that's a turn 11 forfeit. And that's a game. Awesome. Yep. See you guys in the next video.